Hi, this is Miguel Murphy, and I'm here in Los Angeles, California for NASPA's 101st Annual Conference. NASPA is the National Association of Student Affairs Administrators in Higher Education, and I must say it is indeed an honor to be amongst colleagues who share a passion for the advancement of student affairs and higher education in general. I want to take a moment, though, to reflect a little bit on my experience thus far from volunteering from the moment that I arrived here in Los Angeles with NASPA, particularly with the check-in process and getting familiar with the badge distribution process to attendees and learning about the ribbons for attendees who identify with specific communities such as first-time attendees. So I'm a first-time attendee at NASPA's conference. Community colleges. I work for the largest community college in the nation, Miami-Dade College, which is in Region 3, Florida. I work with first-generation college students, and I'm also a student affairs advocate. So these are just some of the ribbons. And, I was able, through my volunteer work, this past Saturday, I spent a full day just connecting with the attendees who checked in on that day and learning about institutions from across the country, institutions internationally, and just a wide variety of colleagues who attend this conference for a number of professional development reasons. So I'm really proud of that. On Sunday, I attended the first time attendees how to navigate your NASPA experience. It gave me a little bit more insight and an opportunity to connect with other first-time attendees and just tips and tricks how to use the NASPA application, what to do in terms of business cards. This I found to be particularly useful, this strategy where on the back of the business card when you meet someone, you write their name. So at that activity, we did an icebreaker, and then we went to the opening session. So the opening session featured Kal Penn, who gave a brilliant speech about his work in the White House, also his work as an actor and making that decision to leave his acting career for some time and work with the White House on what he was passionate about. So later in the evening, I was able to also attend the reception in Microsoft Square. I was able to connect with a few individuals that I knew from my institution, also with individuals that I had met at different conference, and also new individuals. And there was one particular individual that I connected with who actually is giving me an opportunity to record the workshop that will be facilitated on sometime on Tuesday. So I'm certainly looking forward to that opportunity. Now, Monday was the first full day of conference activities. My game plan was to attend as much as I can, 2 workshops per hour. I achieved that for the most part, so I was very, very elated and proud that I was able to do that. I spent a bit of time coordinating what those workshops would look like. And some topics and areas of interest include professional development, mentoring, for example, advising, enrollment management, graduate programs, and thriving through graduate programs, etc. So my day was packed, and I was able to achieve the objectives. Now, many folks that I meet, first and foremost, congratulate me for attending for my first time, and often they share that the length of time that they've been to the NASPA conference. I have not met one single person that has necessarily not liked NASPA because they've been coming again and again and again. And so it's something I sense that student affairs professionals look forward to year after year. So if you're learning about NASPA through this conversation here, or you knew about it, I would certainly encourage you to, get engaged with NASPA, particularly if you are in student affairs. There was a variety of knowledge communities, which I learned about today because I got an opportunity to connect with a few leaders within NASPA. And many of them sit in different or lead in different regions. Many of them serve in different knowledge communities. One of them, for example, that stood out was the student leadership development knowledge community. So I'm certainly going to take advantage of membership in NASPA first and foremost, and just getting a little bit more engaged in the association post the conference. So just some positive experiences. Was able to connect with quite a bit of individuals in different settings, receptions, and in the workshops, and also even at lunch. That was one of the more positive connections that was made at lunchtime. I met a new colleague from Texas, and that colleague shared information about their institution, the work that they do, and also success and challenges in graduate programs. So overall positive experience at the conference. I got a program booklet here with the needs, all what you need to know, all the workshops, all the options, all the pre-conferences, etc. And so far, so good. I had, prior to created a binder. So, shuttle information, registration information. The check-in process was all the way seamless. You could actually, if you had a printout of your registration, just scan, boop, and then you print your badge, or you could just search by your name. So I found that to be very, 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 very fascinating. When I volunteered on Saturday, I actually signed up in advance, and I was contacted. So that was, pretty good. Volunteering also gave me the opportunity to become familiar with the location and the logistics for the most part. So rooms in LA Convention Center. LA Convention Center is huge, and there's also workshops in the JW Marriott. So one of my strategies was to keep my workshops in the LA Convention Center. Actually, on Tuesday, I got an invitation in the JW Marriott, so I'm actually gonna, after lunch, do the recording with this new colleague that I met. One of the more positive experiences, I did a virtual orientation, so that gave me a lot of insight as to how to navigate while I'm here. I don't feel overwhelmed as many who, one of the things is because there's so many workshops. NASPA has literally over 700 workshops, so many options, and so many ways to get engaged and involved that you could get overwhelmed. But I was sent a little presentation on expectations for volunteering, so it gave me more insight. I was able to connect with the volunteer liaison. Shout out to Danielle. So I'm thankful that you provided that information. Shuttle information from the hotel to the convention center, very, very reliable. The coach buses, and the attendees who are here are very, very friendly. I think everyone at NASPA, and I think this credential, also helps with the positive experience. What else? Just to go back to the first-time attendee, how to navigate your experience. The icebreaker was very, very insightful. They encouraged us to ask questions like, how long, to the NASPA leaders, how long have you worked at or for NASPA? What is your role? What is your current role at your institution? What was your first ever NASPA event? What is your favorite NASPA region? What are your favorite NASPA knowledge communities? What is a good volunteer opportunity to consider with NASPA? And they're big on self-care because there's spaces where you can recharge and relax. Another component that I want to highlight, because it's sort of different from NASPA in itself, but connected to NASPA, which is TPE, the Placement Exchange. So the Placement Exchange happens days before the formal start of NASPA, and attendees and registrants actually can meet with potential employers and interview on site. So I've heard experiences in that, participants have interviewed for their first round. You could have like 12 to 15 interviews first round. Some of them are the second round. And it's a wonderful way to sort of, get your foot in the door and learn about institutions in itself. So first-time attendees had actually a VIP section, so I was really thankful for that. A VIP section at the opening session on Friday evening. So I met a lot of folks, and I'm going to encourage colleagues to, look into NASPA. If you haven't been to a conference or you've been to a NASPA conference or activity, and you haven't been in a while, I would encourage you to check it out. If you're a NASPA member, get involved. Reach out to me. I think it's a wonderful entity, a wonderful organization that just, it's inspirational. Student affairs professional, we tend to, work in a space with students consistently and constantly. And I think this is one of the avenues to build those connections that can help to foster those skills that will help to be a great you. And a great you will ultimately be a great institution, and a great institution will be a great asset for those that it serve and the communities that they serve. So thank you for tuning in, and a special thank you to my colleagues who are here with me and colleagues who are not here with me who have been supportive of this journey. So till next time, this is Miguel Murphy, and I just want to leave my contact information. So if I met you at NASPA and you didn't quite get my information, my email is mmurphy3@mdc.edu, and leave a comment. Leave a comment actually on this video, and let me know what you think about NASPA, and let me know what you think I could potentially focus on in the NASPA world in terms of professional development. And I look forward to your feedback, and have a beautiful day or evening or just beautiful time period wherever you are and in whatever time zone you're in. Till next time, take care.